I've often heard it said that we're in this big earth school here on this planet, and we're here to learn all of our lessons. Well, I don't think so. I have a different take anyway. Hi, I'm Diana Rankin, a life coach and a psychic medium, and my take is I prefer receiving gifts other than thinking I always have to learn a lesson. And if those lessons are there to be learned, we'll get them in the gift. What am I talking about? What's the gift when life just sucks and it hurts and we're in deep pain? What are the gifts in that? Well, let me give you a couple examples from my life, and they've helped my clients over the years. Uh, and I don't even remember when I started saying, let's get the gifts instead of the lessons, but it was a long time ago. I do remember one of my clients calling me up in tears and anguish and saying, I can't get this lesson. What is it? When am I going to learn? And I said, step back from it and tell me what the gift is in the situation. She said, there's no gift in this situation. And I said, well, think deeper. Think a little bit more. And she said, well, I guess if I had to find a gift, then I would say I've learned compassion for others who had to go through this. As soon as she said that, she heard herself, and she got the gift of compassion for herself, and to be able to have compassion in the same type of situation for others. That's a huge gift. Is it a lesson? Sure it is. But how much easier is it for us to learn if we see things as receiving a gift rather than gotta learn the lesson? At least for me it is. And as a writer, I'm very aware of words and the words and the connotation, not just the meaning, strict meaning of the word, but what is the energy behind that word? How does that word compute in my heart and in my mind? So gift is easier for me to receive than a lesson. And as I've shared this insight with others throughout the years, with my clients and those who hear me speak at different venues, people seem to gravitate toward, yeah, I get it. I can receive a gift. And we have to look sometimes for those gifts. Let me use another example that's from my life. I was on a motorcycle and I loved riding. And I know people look at me and they say, you're not big enough to ride. You're not strong enough to hold that bike up. Well, I enjoyed riding my motorcycle on these country roads where I live. And one day I didn't ride it well, and I laid it down, and I didn't get back home for a couple of months. I was in a hospital, and then I was in a nursing home, and then I actually had to go stay with some friends because I was still wheelchair bound. I had 7 broken bones on the left side, and my hand was broken on the right side. So I say I still had one good foot that I could kick. Okay. So what are the lessons in that? Well, I don't know. Maybe that I shouldn't be on a motorcycle? That doesn't sound right. But what are the gifts that I received? Oh gosh, there are more gifts than I can tell you about in this video. One of the gifts, for example, I learned a lot about compassion. I've always been very healthy and very strong for my age and pretty much able to do what I've wanted. That's a very fortunate and a very blessed life. But I learned compassion for those who don't have that. I learned compassion for those who are ill. I learned a great deal of compassion for those who don't have the use of their legs. And now I have clients who can understand, or who get that I can understand where they're coming from, even though my time was their time is permanent in the chair. My time was very limited. It was still, I couldn't reach things, and I didn't feel I had freedom. And so it was a very difficult transition for me, but it gave me a lot of empathy as well as compassion for others. I also didn't ever conceive of speaking to a medical community about intuition. But out of the experience, I learned how the medical intuition can really help in the medical community. And so I started speaking to more and more organizations and groups about medical personnel, how to use your intuition, not only to diagnose, but to help your patients in many, many ways. And also those who were teaching therapy to their patients, how to teach their patients intuition and use that for the betterment of their body, so they could tell the therapist what's going on with their body. It was an amazing experience. And I know there are some of you who are saying, wait a minute, you claim to be psychic, so didn't you know you were going to have the motorcycle spill, and couldn't you have kept it from happening? Probably. I think at some level we all know that we're going to have experiences and what those experiences are, and we get a moment to choose. Do I want to do this or do I not? There was something in me that always knew someday I'd have a spill. I had no idea how bad it was going to be. But I want to tell you, it was actually a beautiful experience because there were so many gifts. Friends gave me so much love. Every single thing I needed, from a wheelchair in my size to friends taking care of my home and my four-legged family, to my family coming together in new ways. Just the gifts were endless, just endless. And again, I won't take the whole video up to tell you about those gifts, but I just want to leave this thought with you. My clients trust me with their deepest secrets because my life has prepared me to have empathy, because I understand what you're going through because I've been there. I call that having the energy of the experience, having the energy of knowing what the other is experiencing. What a wonderful gift that is. What a gift. And yes, if you want to call it lessons, go ahead. But for me, I'm going to keep receiving gifts. That's so much easier for me to receive than a lesson. I hope you are having a day as lovely as the one I'm having. I'm sitting out in my backyard, and it is absolutely a gift of a day. May you continue to receive gifts throughout your life, and may you receive a beautiful one on today. I hope this video has been a gift to you. Thanks for being with me. Again, this is Diana Rankin saying, I love you. Blessings to you and all your loved ones. Thank you.